Hello and welcome to Thursday's English session. So today we are going to be finishing writing the rest of our explanation text that we started yesterday. If you have missed yesterday's lesson, then I suggest you go back onto the previous learning on the website and go back and find it, because otherwise you're not going to know what we're talking about today. So we have got our 5 symbols, our 5 shapes for our explanation text on the screen. And what we are going to do is we are going to look at the final 3. So, like I said yesterday, can you remember what these 3 shapes stand for without peeking at anything? So pause the video, see if you can remember them, and then come back. Okay, so this symbol is for things that you can do to prepare for the disaster. The clock is for what to do during, and the arrow is what to do afterwards. So hopefully you remembered all those 3, and those 3 are the ones that we are going to be writing today. So we are going to be carrying on with where we got to yesterday. So underneath your writing from yesterday, you need to write today's subheading. So we're going to start with our how to prepare. So our subheading is how to prepare for an earthquake, and we're going to have a colon on the end with it underlined. So pause the video to give yourself some time to do that, and then come back once you're ready. Okay, so in this paragraph, we are talking about sort of like a checklist of things to do before the natural disaster hits. So, say on the news, it says that there is an earthquake warning, scientists think that an earthquake is going to happen. These are the things that you need to do to prepare for it. Again, you should have researched this on Monday. So hopefully, or Tuesday. So hopefully you've got some notes on this. So we want to make sure that we're not just listing them. So make sure that you make use of the sentence starters that are on the web page as well, to make sure your sentences vary, so it's not one thing after another. So you want sort of connectives and things like that. On the screen, I have put the example how to prepare for a tsunami on there for you. So we're talking about if you think a tsunami is coming or have been warned, you must take the following safety precautions. So it says, first of all, once you've done that, in addition, most importantly, so those sort of different sentence starters we're thinking about. So for our earthquake one, I've given you an example sentence like we normally would do. So if an earthquake has been detected using scientific early warning systems, there are a number of things you need to do to help with your safety. So in my first sentence, I've linked it to what I said in my previous sentence about early warning signs. So if you've spotted these signs, or if you've been told that these signs have been spotted by scientists, you need to do the following things, okay? So you can use my sentence starter to start your paragraph. You can copy it. You can use some of the words from it. You can recreate the structure. It is up to you. It is there to get your memory going, to get your writing going. So again, like yesterday, 5 or 10 minutes to write this paragraph. Use your notes from earlier in the week and try and put them into full sentences and a paragraph. So pause the video and give yourself enough time to do that, and then come back once you are ready. Okay, so on to our second paragraph of the day, and we are looking at what to do during an earthquake. So again, on the screen, I've got during a tsunami. And so our heading for this, our subheading for this paragraph is during an earthquake, or what to do during an earthquake, with our colon and underline. So pause the video if you need to give yourself some time to do that one. Okay, so this paragraph you'll notice is a bit shorter than others because really there's only a few things you can do once it actually happens, and it's happening at the moment. So you might find this one's a little bit shorter than your other ones, or you might find that you've got enough information to make it as long as the other ones. That is fine. Again, try not to list all the things. I know it's hard because it's explaining and it's telling you what to do, but try not to just list them. Use the different sentence starters. So first of all, finally, things like that. So connect your sentences together to make them a little bit better. So my example sentence starts my paragraph off. If you've done all you can to prepare for a potential earthquake, but find yourself in the midst of a real one, follow these simple steps to ensure your safety. So again, I've connected it to the previous paragraph where we talked about preparing for an earthquake, And then this paragraph leads on by saying, if you've done all that preparation and it's happening, this is what you need to do during it. Okay, so pause the video, give yourself 5 or 10 minutes to write that paragraph using your notes, and then come back when you are ready. Okay, so our final paragraph that we're writing today, and the final paragraph for our explanation text, is what to do afterwards. So the example one on the board on the screen is to help you, give you some inspiration. But our subheading is going to be what to do after an earthquake. So obviously we're thinking about a different natural disaster. So give yourself some time to write that as your final heading for today and for the text. Make sure it's underlined. Okay, now, again, this paragraph on my tsunami one was quite big because there was a lot of things to do after a tsunami has hit, because think about the massive destruction that it would cause. So this, you might find that this one's a longer one. Again, like I've said previously, maybe pick out the key information, the key bits that you think are important if you're finding that it's a little bit too long. Again, my first sentence links to my previous paragraphs. So now that you've safely survived the earthquake, it's time to follow the final steps in what to do afterwards to help both yourself and those around you, okay? Because after the natural disaster, it's all about chipping in, making sure everyone's safe, trying to make sure everything's structurally sound and things like that. So it's all about chipping in and helping others and helping, obviously, yourself to be safe. But again, I've started off my paragraph to linking it to the one before that links, that acknowledges that an earthquake obviously has to have happened for you to be reading this paragraph. Okay, so final 5 or 10 minutes to have a go at this one. After you've done this one, I would suggest you go back and edit, check for spelling, punctuation, your 3 paragraphs that you've written today. And if you checked your 2 yesterday, then you'll have checked the entire thing and you won't need to go back all the way. So have a go at this one. Please, please, please send us a picture of what you've written. We want to read your explanation text and see how fantastic they are. And that is our English for this week. Next week, we will be leading on by writing an independent text. Okay, so have a go at this one and share with us your writing.